Oh, am I excited for this. Oh, am I so excited for this game. For any of you that were around when I actually first started streaming, one of the first things I streamed the full completion of was the first Slime Rancher game, before I was recording videos or doing anything like that. So now, we get to do the sequel. Long awaited. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be a great experience, I already know it. And I'm going to be trying to 100% it. Here's hoping there's not something that's gonna make me regret this decision. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Huh? Oh, that's so pretty of an intro. Oh my god. Is their backpack like a bee thorax? That's so cute! Oh my gosh, just sitting on this menu is so pretty. Holy shit! Oh, it's so beautiful! Oh, the music's gonna make me cry by the end of this, I already know. I only played this once when the early access first came out. And I wanted a save icon. I'm a fan of the honey slimes, we go honey. After a long day of slime ranching, Beatrix Slebo was enjoying a cool glass of carrot juice as she watched the sun set across the slime sea. Suddenly, a boat arrived at her dock with nothing inside but a mysterious letter. You have explored the far, far range, from the dusty shores of the dry reef to the furthest reaches of the perilous glass desert. But there are worlds yet uncharted. Beatrix Slebo, Rainbow Island awaits you. Climb aboard if you're ready for a new adventure. Beatrix excitedly boarded the boat and took it across the slime sea. Eventually, she saw an island unlike anything on the far, far range. Mountains, trees, and grasses, all in an array of colors that danced and moved like a dream. As she explored, she found an abandoned conservatory overlooking the rest of the island. Curiously, it was equipped with everything a slime rancher like her would ever need to wrangle slimes, start a farm, and build gadgets. And so a new adventure begins. Beatrix tightened her boots, readied her backpack, and set out to explore Rainbow Island and uncover its mysteries. And here we are! This game already looks so beautiful. System offline. Oh, is there expansion areas? There is! The archway. This tree is pretty. This whole area is so pretty. Holy shit, I have work cut out of me to fill out all these. Okay, there's artifact. Glow Glow Foxy Fur. Oh my god! So yeah, there's the factory. This is where all the blueprints and stuff are. Oh, and upgrades. I see. What do you mean there's passives? There's so much! What do you mean there's 2 pages of warp tech? What do you mean there's 6 pages of decorations? That's enough of that. Oh, bunnies! It's bunnies! Goofy bunnies! Oh, hello. Accessing Gigi log. Well, here we are again. I'm sending the drones out all to their original scouting locations. Once I confirm the conditions are the same, I'll get to work. This place, I still remember being in awe of these rainbow fields. It felt like being in a beautiful dream. And I guess in a way it was, because it ended much too soon. Wait, there's just resource harvester? I can just harvest resources. They're no longer... I don't need drills. This game just fills me with so much happiness. So, I gotta play at this a little bit methodically, because there's a lot in this game. There's so much. I have a new message. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hi, Victor! Hello, hello? Beatrix, do you read me? Testing. Perhaps you're lost at sea, taken away by that mysterious boat, never to be. Oops, nope, just forgot to turn the display on. Nice to see your face again, Beatrix. I miss you greatly, my dear friend. While I'm quite excited for you to partake in a new adventure, I already have data that might complicate things. Last night I received a message from some sort of artificial intelligence program. It's written in code, but not one I recognize. I'm in the process of analyzing it. For those of you who don't know, this was one of the later updates to Slime Rancher 1, where you had to go into the digital space and help get bug logs for this man's program. But I am certain this message was sent from where you are now, the mysterious Rainbow Island. So to recap, a mysterious boat takes you to a mysterious island, and I receive a mysterious code from said mysterious island. It all seems quite curious. Well, I've got work to do, and you best get exploring. Oh, I almost forgot. Take this home portal. It should make the early stages of your journey easier. Oh, thank you. Actually, that's really nice of you. Unavailable to engage in conversation, chit-chat, discourse, or even idle banter. I love Victor. I have a what now? I have a tablet? Okay. So, currently, in order to make this easier for myself, I'm going to be just collecting the plorts around the place that the slimes eat and using that to sell for the time being. Because for the moment, it's kind of just all I need to do until I can get my bearings. What is my map button? Is it M? Yes. There we go. This map shows me the beginning area. Oh my god. 0 to... Oh my gosh, it actually counts that for you. That's really nice. And I can place waypoints. Huge. And another one of these guys. I was so in over my head when I first started here. I remember hauling Jellystone back to the conservatory by hand because I was so excited. Breathless and sweating, I was going about everything all wrong, but I was happy. Little time now, so I'll need these refinery links if I'm going to be efficient. This time I'm going to do it right. This time implies that they fucked up. Bro, I don't have I don't have coins. Coins? Carrots. I just had one and I shut it up, but they're a meat lover anyways. I'm gonna need to do it at least once to get a log. Hopefully they show up again. I love eating coin. What do you mean there's a gold slime? What do you mean I had a lucky and a gold show up? I was not expecting both of those. The gold slimes, all you have to do is shoot them, but like, no, that last one was entirely my fault. I should have shot at it. I just wasn't expecting a gold slime to spawn. That slime just killed themselves. Water lettuce? The only glass of water that has your daily dose of fiber. I'm not too sure on that one, Chief. How do you guys feel about the concept of lettuce that is like 80% water? Like watermelon, but worse? Honestly, yeah. I already don't like watermelon. So the idea of making watermelon taste worse, just... no thanks. I love watermelon and lettuce, but this? Hell no. Oh hey, it's Mochi! Hello. Well, what do you know? Beatrix Slibbo off on another adventure and didn't think to take her good pal, sometimes rival, and forever mentor, Mochi Miles? Seriously, B, next time you go running off to dangerous, uncharted territory, could you at least give me a heads up? I'd like to be there for you in case you need me. To help collect all those valuable resources that seem to be scattered all over the island. What? You think I wasn't gonna do a little recon of my own? What good are surveillance satellites if they can't snoop on stuff? Anyway, be careful out there. This island gives me a kind of weird vibe, so I'm gonna keep poking around. Oh, and since I know you're starting from scratch out there, take this refinery link. Should make things easier for you. I'll just put it on your tab. Later, Tater. Lesbians. Okay, so the main reason I'm getting pink slimes with tabbies is because these two are the ones that end up needing the absolute most when it comes to technology. So much of their shit becomes tech. Technically, if I wanted to be more efficient with the tabbies, looking at it in hindsight, the better option would have been to fuse them with either the rabbits or nighttime guys, because then I get guaranteed double every time. But honestly, it just means I can fire whatever the fuck I have extra into the pink slimes and get plorts from it, so I'm not too bothered. If I need to micromanage that hard this early, I'm gonna go insane. Rain. There's a Slimepedia entry for Rain? Oh? Excuse me? Alright! Into the portal of mystery. Ember Valley. Oh my goodness! Come here! Come here, you! Rock slimes! Rock slimes! Yoink. I'm going to have a rock anglerfish combo. Oh, you! Okay, so by the way, these are actually slimes. It just needs to be night. Oh, is that odd onions? Yep. Okay, I need to get odd onions. Don't miss! Ooh, that was actually a little scary. Wait, how do I get out? Chad, I might have killed myself. First time I was here, I turned this entire ruined complex into a beautiful garden. I'd never know the original purpose of this place, but I thought its creators might be happy knowing that far into the future, someone was making sure it still had a purpose. There's no time for that now, but I am going to at least plant some of my favorite flowers right here and hope that in time they'll flourish and cover these ruins once more. Maybe if I ever make it back home, I can see it myself. Okay, no, I'm good. Whew! Prickle pear, fruit that fights back. Chat, I would really like to not die here, so... This would be so easy if I had the jetpack. Chat, I'm, like, coping so hard right now. Oh, get me up! Yes! Ah! Okay, I'm buying the jetpack when I can. Oh my god. There's a goofy cat! 9,000? Look at him! Yo, is that a pride flag? Sick. It me out at me. You can pet the cat! You can pet the cat! Why are you slightly glitchy, cat? I can't believe we can pet the cat. This game has it all. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Wow, you can hold up to 100 now. Dude, the speed at which I'm gonna run out of space in the main farm and need to expand is going to be so rapid. Victor, hello again. Hello, Beatrix. Seeing as you've taken an interest in building gadgets, I put together a little housewarming gift in support of both your pragmatic and creative endeavors. Looking forward to seeing what you build. Oh, med station. Oh, he just gives me one. Good. Damn, dude. Oh my god, you can build anywhere? You can build anywhere? Oh no, that's really nice. Dude, I get advertisements, no way. Not again! Not this time. Dude, what is it with both of them showing up back to back? Okay, well, that puts both of these in the Slimepedia, that's good. Yeah, Lucky Slimes. Lucky Slimes are a strange variant of Tabby Slimes that seem to have a fascination with shiny objects, particularly Nubuck coins. A Lucky Slime gobbles up any coin it can find, giving it a distinct jingling sound as they move about. However, coins don't make for a balanced diet, and a Lucky Slime will still greedily devour meat of any kind. In doing so, its body bursts with a shower of Nubucks, having little room left in its slimy tummy. This burst often sends the Lucky Slime flying in the air. Once detecting a rancher, the Lucky Slime will soon make a hasty retreat. No known rancher has ever been skillful enough, or perhaps lucky enough, to capture one of these slippery slimes. Rancher risks! Lordonomics! Dude, there's like a whole, wiki page. A Lucky Slime isn't known to produce plorts of any kind. Leading slime scientists believe this to be the result of the Lucky Slime not being a true slime variant. Rather, Lucky Slimes are believed to just be an abnormal tabby slime, one whose color has faded as a result of ingesting so many coins. It is perhaps this very change that also leads to a ceasing plort production. And then we have the gold slime. and gold plorts have little practical use and are the most valuable of all plorts simply because they are shiny and rare. Back on Earth, the elite love to adorn themselves in jewelry made of gold plorts for exceeding the value of any terrestrial precious metal. For this reason, a rancher should never pass up the chance to get a gold plort or two from a chance encounter. So, what happened to Earth? I guess it's just chillin'? Puddle slimes! Why is it slightly glitchy? Why did they have to make it slightly glitchy? I don't trust anything with it now because of that. Yo, Ogden! Hola, Beatrix. Are you there? It's me, Ogden Ordis. I heard you're off on a big new adventure on a mysterious island filled with secrets and danger, and maybe a few succulent fruits or veggies the world has never seen before. You know, I had to ask. Ever since you got me a steady supply of cocodoba fruits, I've been reaching for every greater culinary heights within the far, far range. Plus, I'm getting pretty tired of eating cocodoba pie, cocodoba souffle, cocodoba pudding, cocodoba con carne, cocodoba con cocodoca. I'm running out of ideas. And willpower. So if you see something new, please tell me all about it. Tasty treats aside, I want to know all about the new flora and fauna you discover. Never forget, every bit of this wild world is precious and worth our care and respect. And stay hydrated out there. All that adventuring will work up a sweat, so take this water tap. Portable water tap. Good luck, Beatrix. Keep me posted. I'm rooting for you. Ah, Victor. Beatrix, I've done it. I believe I've cracked the super mysterious code that was sent to me. It was astoundingly complex. To believe that the AI that created this code displays a comparable intellect to my own. So very advanced, almost alien. Oh, you're probably wondering what it said. Well, I determined this mysterious, perhaps even alien AI sent a message that says, hello. Not much, but pleasantries count for something. More importantly, though, the moment I cracked it, I received another message. It's almost as though this mysterious AI is monitoring me? How exciting! I haven't decrypted it yet, but the code is considerably more complex. This should be fun! Well, back to work as ever. So bro's just getting messages? Like, secret messages or some shit from an AI, and is just like, oh boy! I get to crack codes! He's such a nerd. There should be boom slimes, bat slimes, the goofy bat slimes, I love them, and crystal slimes, all in here. Log entry. Feel at home here. When I traveled across the glass desert, it was caves just like this one that gave me shelter and allowed me to survive my trek. Just feeling the walls around me and solid ground beneath my feet gave me all the security I needed to close my eyes and make it through another night. But I could do without some of it. Like, if I ever even smell roasted cactus again, I'm pretty sure I'd barf. So this person we're following has been to Glass Desert, which means they've probably been to all of the Far Far Ranch, which is really interesting because that means that they're experienced too. I wonder, maybe they got the message to come here as well under false pretenses or something like that, not knowing what actually was going to happen. It really makes me think that they did get the same message we did. We're quote-unquote lured out here, and then something happened. Dude, look at the anglers when they try to eat. Creepy creatures. Thanks for the pinwheel, Victor. glad you had your creative struggles for a pinwheel. Oh, this one's Mochi. Hey B, those drones you've been finding all over the island? There's something weird about them. Hey, I got eyes in the sky and I'm gonna use them. I'm also readying a team of drones to head over there and check things out in a more hands-on fashion, but I digress. Anyway, that drone seems super advanced. Like almost alien. And so I thought, okay, there's some aliens out there checking out Rainbow Island just like you, but no, I don't think so. Because it looks like a lot of the drones we use, but so much more familiar to me. Almost like it's giving me deja vu. It's kind of creepy. Hey, don't be scared. It's probably just aliens. Giant, three-headed aliens with huge claws that are looking for humans to capture or eat. Or both. Later, B. Really, really, really interesting piece of lore right there. Familiar to her. So whatever these things are, their craft matches someone she knew. Oh, that took so long, but I finally have everything upgraded. It's Thora! Oh no, if it isn't Beatrix LeBeau. Oh, Hobby and I were just talking about you. Word is you went off to parts unknown of this here rock with a thirst for new adventure? Atta girl, you just keep on walking to see what new wonders are around the next corner until your boots have holes. And then get yourself some new boots and do it some more. Me? Well, my boots have seen better days, but I know there's still an adventure or two left in them. I suppose I just need to figure out what. Ah, heck. I'm rambling just like Hobson does after getting to talk about exploring the cosmos, cooking, or pretty much any other topic. So, this is so cool, because this is who Hobson stopped exploring for. This was the other door, where he didn't ascend beyond at the very end of Slime Rancher 1. This was who he gave it all up for. And you actually get to meet her personally and talk to her, and she's such a sweetheart. Alright, B, you hang in there. I'll be calling to check on you. Doesn't matter who you are, we all start feeling it when home is beyond the horizon. Oh, and before I forget, here's a little something for you to spruce up your new place. It ain't much, but you need to do what you can to make that place feel cozy. Get it? It's not a pomegranate, it's a pomegranite. It's a granite pomegranate. The puns, they just write themselves. Ah. There they are! Like a little campfire, except it's moves and it's a slime. Look at them. I love fire slimes. Fire slimes are like one of my favorites in this game. Never managed to conclude if the Prisma waves caused all this lava to erupt on the surface, but I believe it did. The rainbow grass and iridescent rocks, all lovely to see and the ecosystem seems to coexist with it to some degree. But this lava, this is the breaking point. My guess is it started like it always does. It creeps up a few degrees over the years, and you hardly notice, and then one day you realize you're cooking. Ugh, I wish I had a dog to pet right now. Cold chicken statue. Extra slot acquired. Hello, Beatrix. I wanted to tell you that I've cracked another one of the AI ciphers. It had clearly adapted to my previous solve and created something even more complex. Clever. This time, the code revealed a set of instructions for back-and-forth communication, so I've been spending my time talking to it. It asks a lot of questions. After getting to know me, it has been asking me a lot about my work, almost like it's feeling out the areas of my expertise. I must admit, it has all been rather flattering. I am used to being the one asking questions. For a while, my whole life was questions and the research that followed. But having experienced that for so long, I feel as though I can sense the same in others. And though this may seem strange, I can sense this in the AI. You see, when I began asking questions of my own, the way it responded to me, it felt like I felt it was trying to guard itself. To hide a profound loneliness that it has within its heart. Strange, I know. It is an AI after all, but who is to say that any form of intelligence wouldn't desire a connection to another? I feel there is more to this story, and if not, I am happy to have simply been there for my new friend, to continue asking questions so that they have reasons to find answers. I will report back later. Beatrix, I'm glad you called. Looked over the pics you sent me of Rainbow Island. No doubt they are a sight to behold. Beautiful, with colors that only get richer the longer you look. But unnatural, too. I'm sorry, but something about this place is not right. As you may recall, I was once the head of a very successful Instafood corporation. Genetically altering food was our specialty. I'm not proud of the lengths we went to alter natural food to grow bigger, faster, and cheaper, to strip it of the good stuff in favor of profits. I say this, Beatrix, because I can still spot a plant that has been unnaturally altered when I see it. And the beautiful rainbows you see before you on that island did not arrive there naturally. It is not clear to me if this spells any sort of danger for you, but it gives me an uneasy feeling in my stomach. I need to do more research and get back to you. Stay safe, amiga. Everything is There's like alarm bells ringing, basically, with everyone. Everyone's just like, yo, this isn't normal. Pretty concerning. First, Victor gets an AI friend. Now Ogden is like, yo, this shit is mutated. Something's going on. Something big's going on. Means I can buy this. With 5 more spots to place things. And some resources just in the base. Oh, hello. I had been pacing all over the conservatory after it happened, my mind racing with what I should have done differently. I felt so guilty, so misguided. I ended up in these ruins and I just slumped up against one of the walls, totally exhausted. The stones were so solid and cold, I felt the weight of the history they carried with them. And then a tiny bug, crawling along one of the cracks in the wall, slipped inside and vanished. It passed through these ancient stones as if they were smoke. That's when it all came to me. I love these guys. They are so adorable and precious. Puddle slimes are awesome, but Toast, I got fire slimes, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm a fire slime fan over a puddle slime fan. But I mean, they're just so adorable. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? What? Ghostly drone? Open? The quantum component you just acquired vibrates with almost otherworldly energy. See what you can build with it in the lab. Oh, okay. Is this the start of quantum drones? Did I get super lucky with that showing up early? Quantum drone station. 2 materials that I have no idea where to find. Quantum drones flicker through obstacles and store items in the quantum cloud. They do different tasks if at the ranch or outside the ranch. Charge them up for best results. Can I just say, like, one of the best choices they made to mix this up was to make it so that you don't need drills to get materials and whatnot. Why? What is it with the fucking gold shit spawning in on me when I'm not... I didn't even see it, I just heard the sparkle, turned around, and it was already running away. When I left the ranch, when I left my home, I thought that somehow I would prove myself. That I would prove to my parents that my choice was the right one and they would forgive me for not continuing their legacy. But that's not how it worked out. Before I started my journey, I heard that they had sold the ranch and I just couldn't face them. So I left again without seeing them. I regret that choice every day. I wish I could have said goodbye. Someone has regrets. Rule number 1, never storm out on your parents, then, like, say you're never coming back or whatever the fuck. You regret every word that comes out of your mouth a lot of the time. There's another quantum drone. I see you. I see you. Drone station module. I like that they're much more well aware in this game that people love climbing to places they shouldn't be with the jetpack and are kind of encouraging you to do so. But aren't these guys also meat? No. Diet everything. Okay, yeah, ringtail slimes have a peculiar condition that transforms them into stone when exposed to sunlight. Which is why whenever you see them, they're normally stone. That one gave me nothing. What is up with these pods randomly giving me nothing? Is it money? Am I just not noticing that it's giving me money? I can believe that. Why are, like, the prickly pears just always in the middle of nowhere? Okay, bruh. There's no way it started loading new prices mid-sell. Look at them. They get to watch chicken politics. What do you think goes on in chicken culture? Do you think they have, like, civil wars? Things to think about. Alright, let's see what this new message is about. B, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I've analyzed one of the drones you've been finding all over that island, and I know why it seems so familiar to me. It's mine. Or at least, it's one that I've seen before. In my dreams, anyway. After I looked at scans I took of it, I knew it was familiar, so I began looking through some old slime science journals of mine. These journals are mostly future projects, but sometimes they're speculative technology. You know me, I'm always thinking 6 steps ahead to keep Mochi Tech on top of the industry. Well, sometimes I come up with the impossible stuff that I may never engineer in my lifetime. Well, those drones you're finding are exactly that. Impossible with today's technology and taken right from the pages of my journals. There's something I saw in a dream, B. So how did a bunch of impossible drones I designed in a dream find their way from the pages of my journals to Rainbow Island? Maybe there's some kind of archive in them we can unlock to learn more. I know they contain data logs, but if it were me, well, I always know how to find a way of holding back what I need to. Okay, B, I need some time to think on this. I'll let you know if I come up with anything. Maybe I'll sleep on it. Yup, the drones were her creations. And another message from Thora. Hi, Abby. How's life out there on Rainbow Island? Even fun to say. Must be a hoot. You know, ever since I heard you were off doing something new, I got to thinking about my own life and what's the next new for me. Hobson and I have both seen and done so much in our lives, been one adventure after another across the dusty rock, and ever since we've become acquainted, we haven't slowed down one bit. So we're looking to take a new adventure together, but we just haven't figured out what or where. Maybe we'll go exploring some hidden nook on the far range, like you, or even set our sights to the stars, like Hobson had done before. Whatever we decide to do, it'll be all the more special because we'll be sharing it this time with each other. It's that part that makes it all the more exciting. It's so hard to find someone in this world that fits you completely. It's a rare thing, like finding two identical snowflakes in the desert. I know you feel that more than I can say. I ain't ever losing sight of just how lucky I am, B. I want to use the gifts the universe has seen fit to give me. You keep your head up, girl. We'll chat again soon. Aww, that was so sweet. Okay, I think actually I'm gonna try to pop that Gordo. Whoa. What? Storm glass? Huh? When lightning strikes, it creates glass? What? That's so cool, actually. I want to try to get a bunch of this. Considering it's only during thunderstorms, which is, like, weather determinant, I want to try to get a bunch of this shit. That's so cool. Oh, damn. Did it end? I think the thunderstorm is over. Okay, I got 10 Stormglass. I'm curious what it says on this. Stormglass is formed when lightning strikes the ground and melts rock in an instant. Not only does Stormglass make a surprisingly durable building material, but it also adds a heavenly pop of color. What a title! When Sky Welds the Earth. Ooh, that's a strange diamond. Ooh, wait. That is super, super good because that gives me my second one to be able to get another extra tank. Ooh, tank liner. Oh, it's a completely new... Oh! Salvages 20% of your vac tank's constant spawn accidental encounters with slime sea or following other forms of health loss. Okay. Right around here. The waypoints. Oh. It's a beacon? Oh my god. This is how you do waypoint systems. It's that simple. All there is to it. Oh my god, he almost killed himself. Dude, these chickens have no survival instinct. There's a gold slime up there. It spawned all the way up there. What does it expect me to do? What the fuck? Why? Why? This game, I swear to God. What? What? Oh, do Tangle Slimes only spawn when it's super polleny? We might be having a new slime variant. There you are. Come here. Wait, so that means when it's super windy? When it's super windy, Dervish slime spawn. The fact the pollen is so thick you can see it in the air, though, I would be dying. I would not survive this. It would be over. Honestly, though, the one benefit of Tangle Slimes is I can just put, like, their food right next to them, and then they feed themselves. This gate is still sealed, too, so I really must have been the first to enter since it was abandoned. It was here that I had my first doubts. I thought I was talking to engineers, problem solvers, people who could fix what I found. But once we left the labyrinth and met up here, I saw they were smiling. They were excited at the sight of opportunity. The company had sent their money people, not engineers. I don't think they they had even considered stabilization. It wasn't long before it all collapsed. They hadn't even considered stabilization. Where am I going? What? Wait, do I need, like, reflectors? Yeah, I need to reflect it into this. So I need some sort of mirror to bounce it off and hit that for this to open. But okay, this is actually interesting lore. This means that a company was involved. They were trying to share stocks, or trying to... No, it's a scientist. There was a scientist team. They were trying to study this sort of thing, or at least the person who brought them there was. And then the company that they were working with was only interested in the money. What company isn't? And they started putting fingers in where they shouldn't, and shit hit the fan. Huh? Why was there just a yolk slime? I have an egg. I have acquired an egg. Cookie slimes are strange, an elusive type of slime sometimes found near wild chickens on Rainbow Island. But unlike tabby slimes, their intent is not to hunt, for within their warm golden center lies an enduring love for chickens. The power of this glowing affection sometimes inspires nearby hens to produce a rare delight, a giant egg full of chicks and yolky plorts. So you actually put these with chickens? Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that they added a slime specifically for chickens. Alright, let's see. We got messages. Alright. Matrix, I have something that I must share with you about the AI. As you know, we have been exchanging questions with one another. Well, this back and forth became faster and more casual over time, almost like a natural conversation. I assumed it was simply evolving and adapting to the style of talk it observed in me, but then something happened. Well, we had begun playing a game of Go as we talked. A way I could further test its intellect, and no doubt how it could test mine. These games would go long into the night, and so would our conversations, feeling more and more natural even though I knew that the entity I was speaking to was just a complex collection of code. And then one day as the sun was rising, it suggested just one more game. I said certainly, but I needed to make myself a cup of coffee if I were to stay awake for it. And it replied, me too. I just stared at the screen, not knowing what to say. But then suddenly, as if it knew what it had just done, it disconnected. I have not heard from them since, but I hope I do. Until then I will wait, staying busy with my work as always, asking those questions that need answers. But I will do so with the Go board ready for another game. Someday, anyway. Goodbye, Beatrix. I hope to talk again soon. Dude, Victor rizzing up a fucking nerd. I mean, it fits. It works. Dude, honestly, if I was an AI though, I'd need coffee too. Starlight Strand. Painted hen. Some believe it's what lies at the end of the rainbow. I believe painted hens are Tangle's. Yeah, they're Tangle's favorites. Oh hey, log. Ever since I came back, things have been a little fuzzy, like some of my memories stayed behind. So I come here now to clear my head. I just let the sound of the falling water drown everything out, and then in that white noise I can sometimes think clearly again. But then all I see is it happening again, so I take a few breaths, steady myself, and get back to work. Butterflies! Butterflies! Flutter slimes, come here you. I believe their favorite food is nectar? Yeah, Moondew nectar. But yeah, look at that tear. That just rip because of a crack in the wall. Oh, hello. The giant mushrooms on this island are responsible for maybe the greatest mycological discovery of my life. Sorry, but it's a secret. Whoa. Whoa. It's like veins coming out. Okay. I'm starting to get pretty solid theories as to what's going on with this place. Why people are like... Why everything seems so weird. There is a civilization, and this civilization is within the walls of, this. And it was completely separated from the world. Perhaps it's its own utopia, in a sense. And it was formed way, 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 way before anything else, and the rest of this island has always just been sort of separated from it. That civilization is long dead. These ruins are starting to break down. Cracks in the seams, almost like glitches in a simulation, are starting to shoot out and take over. However, because this place is in the physical world, perhaps even separate from other things, it could be an entirely different time from where we are right now. Future, past, its own distinct universe. It's ancient tech. It could be anything. And because shit's starting to break at the seams, the sort of timelines and differences in the universes, or just the areas that are in, are starting to seep into each other. It's why it looks like the world's literally getting divided in half. That's like my only guess as to what's happening. Because there are doors that are locked shut. There's things that... It's like technology that that is far advanced past our own. Allows us to do things that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do. And I feel like that might be why the company got so greedy. They saw this and was like, yo, this is like groundbreaking fundamentally. And then they started sticking their nose where they didn't belong, and then they all died. Or got stuck in a paradox. They could have gotten stuck in a paradox. Because it even talks about how their memories are fractured. The prisma waves seem to affect each area of the island differently, expressing a full spectrum of color in some places, but alternating between or splitting the spectrum in others. And they actively change, sometimes quickly and constantly, others more slowly. In my first year here, every season looked different to me. It was lovely while it lasted. How the fuck did a chicken lay that? Real shit. Yawn. Oh, no sense of Beatrix. I've been putting in a few long nights reading lately. Specifically, I've been going through every field guide and botanical research paper I could dig up on the far, far range. I thought that even if the flora on Rainbow Island is unnatural, maybe it would have been recorded somewhere with some information we could use. And it turns out, there's nothing. Can't find a single mention of the rainbow-hued flora anywhere. So that means that whatever happened at the island to make it look that way, the way it does, happened relatively recently. But I don't think you needed me to tell you this, because I think you've seen it yourself. The things you've described, an entire portion of the island split between two different colors right down the middle? That says accident to me, Beatrix. So tread carefully out there. Nature can be a dangerous thing to us, but it pales in comparison to what we can do to it. I'm gonna keep digging around in my library for anything else that could help you. And if I come up short there, maybe I'll just bake you some muffins. Either way, tango, Beatrix. Adios. In Before, this is all a message about how we're destroying the world, and how greed and corporate greed specifically has taken over and corrupting everything that was once good. God damn, that's the sound they make when they lay a massive egg? That was fucking loud. Dude, they screamed. That shit hurt. These are a volatile combo, because essentially when the hunter slimes are hungry and they're in their largo form, they just do constant damage to you and are hyper aggressive. And the tangle slimes, when they get hungry, just start grabbing shit through the floor. Oh, mushrooms, my first love. I still remember the day Mom told me that they aren't actually plants. I couldn't believe it. After I got that field guide, I would always sneak into the forest with Grandma's old suitcase and collect as many as I could. When she found out, Mom was so upset. But I think she was more upset about Grandma's suitcase than anything else. I didn't know it was special to her. Oh, Bea, I'm glad I was able to catch you. I have some big news to share, and this rock isn't exactly bustling with folks whose ears I can bend. Hobson and I have been thinking a lot about what new adventure is next for us. We've been reading each other's travel journals, trying to find places that neither of us have been. But even though we found some, none of them were really calling to us. Maybe things were finally slowing down for us? Then we got to talking and came to realize that what we love more than anything right now is just being here with one another on my ranch. This ranch was one of the first on the far, far range, and we've both learned so much. So we started talking about maybe passing all that on to someone. So Hobson and I decided to start a family, Bea. And for the first time in so long as I can remember, I'm scared. Hobbs and I are both so independent. We don't know the first thing about being parents, let alone raising a kid on the far, far range. But I love that old coot, and the thought of seeing a little one looking back at me with his eyes makes me smile. I think that alone makes me feel like I'd move a mountain to make this happen. But I've got some work to do here. So much to get in order. Thanks for hearing me out, B. Sometimes just sharing your fears with someone makes you feel like you're no longer alone with those fears. Take care, B. Let's fucking go! Hobson getting a child. That's so adorable. Though I can't believe it. They're starting a family. I also saw there was apparently an achievement for lying for 5 seconds, which looks like you need the max like energy upgrade to be able to do that. Loot 50 treasure pods. And there's the dash pad. 50 already. Sometimes I even surprise myself. How many characters have said that, honestly? We need a count here of how many characters in all these different games that have said that line. It's a good bit. Did it happen in this game? Not yet, though I wouldn't put it past Victor to say that. There's a whole bit of land behind that waterfall. Dude, I can't believe that. The whole lava zone. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I need bat, cat, magma. Okay, there. Tabby plort. Give me the boom. Give me the bat. Ow, fire. Okay, tabby. Boom. Bat. Discover Powderfall Bluffs entrance? Secret entrance? Huh? I just got an achievement for that. Is this an entirely new area? There's a portal here. This is an entirely new area. What do you mean? Okay, I'm just gonna note that this is here and come back to it a little bit later. I have other goals in mind at the moment, but hey, I guess that's where we're going later, chat. It's always when I'm just like going around trying to do other things, it's all of a sudden, hey, here's an entirely new area. Smile. Accelerator. Any object that's shot through this ring will gain a boost of speed. It's rumored that too many accelerators bend time and space. I don't know about you, but that sounds fun. Particle accelerator. Hey, if I did it in Satisfactory, I'd do it here too, is all I'm saying. Particle accelerators are fun. 26. I've got a majority of the treasure pods in the Ember Valley region. I'll take that, actually. It's not that bad. Let's start with Bob. Hello, human person. Yoki. Yoki plus chickens equals... Chicky. Yoki doki. Thank you, Bob. Beatrix, I received another message from the AI that I have been in communication with since your arrival on Rainbow Island. The message was somewhat personal to me, but also contained vital information for you, so in the interest of presenting all data to its fullest, I will read it verbatim. Victor, thank you for chatting with me over these many days in which I got to know you better. I must confess that I have entered our correspondence with the aim of verifying your scientific ability. Our correspondence has not only assured me of this, but unexpectedly has provided comfort and companionship in the dark days that I now find myself within. I am sending you a particular blueprint to a gadget I tried to develop, but cannot. If you can complete it, I believe it is the key to entering the Grey Labyrinth. Please understand, Victor, that I never meant to deceive you, but I need to know who I can trust in order to stand a chance at fixing things. If that happens, I'd love to meet you someday. I have to play another game of Go over coffee until the sun rises once more. And that's all it says. What was given to me was a complex blueprint of partial schematics and frankly almost alien code. I have spent days analyzing it, and I believe I have modified it into a finished state that should perform the task that it was designed to do. At least I hope so. To be frank, I do not wish to let this person down. I feel I owe it to them, as a friend. So allow me to grant you the completed blueprint, per their instructions. It appears to be a device that you will need to use near the entrance to the labyrinth, but I'm afraid I know little else. If unsure how to use it, well, Experiment. This is the only way to know the unknown. Good luck, Beatrix. It seems we're all counting on you now. Radiant projector. As a friend. Nah, bro wants it more to be more than just friends. Let's be so real here. Mechanic. Oof. Oh, there we go. Fly for 5 seconds. Okay, that one wasn't really that bad. Yeah, so much of this area specifically is like you can only access it at night. Because like that one person I was feeding only wakes up at night. They're completely inactive in the daytime. And like the nectar in the flowers literally only spawn nectar during nighttime. And you need this nectar for a specific Gordo, because it only eats this nectar and nothing else. It makes this Gordo here one of the hardest to ever pop, with the ringtail one right behind it. Golden Sure Shot? A special backpack upgrade that hones in on gold slime weak points and doubles the amount of gold plorts they produce. Well, it's a good thing I got one gold plort, I guess. You know what sucks? I haven't seen mosaic slimes yet. I imagine they're gonna appear later on, but as of now, I have not seen them. And I also just haven't caught it on a windy day to get Dervish. I would like Dervish. Hello, Beatrix. It's good to see you. I do hope you've been taking care of yourself out there, taking time to fill your belly before every new descent into the unknown. Also, I understand that the plot has thickened like a good sauce, and you've encountered some kind of monolithic structure out there on the far end of the island. Scary stuff. But then maybe my hunch is correct, that all the strange flora out there is not natural. Something just doesn't add up here, Beatrix. All the ruins we've discovered across the far, far range have never looked as though they had harmed the environment in any way. Sure, we don't know the purpose or who built them, but the feeling I always had was that they had respect for this world. But maybe it happened anyway. Sometimes when you're out hiking, you step over a flower so as to not crush it, only to step on another. Sometimes the only way for those flowers to keep on growing is for you to have never been near them in the first place. But it's not all doom and gloom. Rainbow Island still seems to be thriving, for now. Nature can find a balance, but it's not a guarantee. Ah, look at me, getting preachy on you. Pacienza, Beatrix. I won't keep you. I don't know what you'll find beyond those walls, but I trust your boots in any garden. I know you'll do what's right. Good luck, Beatrix. Now from Thora. Hi, Bea. How goes the exploring? Word is you're up to your eyeballs in mysteries over there. Sure sounds exciting. Me? I'm wondering why baby stuff is so needlessly difficult. I've climbed mountains that were easier than putting together a crib with this tiny Allen wrench they give you. Anyway, Hobson and I just wanted to say thank you. I don't think we would have come to realize we wanted a kiddo without you in our lives. I always saw a bit of myself in you, and after you restored Hobson's dusty old ranch, it made us realize that not only the marks we've left on this world matter, but that it's a hoot to see a younger lot do something new with it all. It's gonna be a real treat to see what our little one ends up doing with this ranch, or wherever else their heart takes them. So thank you, Bea. Hobson and I are better off having had you be a part of our lives, and I wish you the very best, always. Oh, but one more thing. Hobson wanted to know why you decided not to use that big old ancient device in the ruins of the Glass Desert to go on some grand adventure across the cosmos. I told him, Hobson Twillagers, a woman's decision to travel across space and time is theirs and theirs alone. But he is both stubborn and curious to a fault. It was broken? Well, that doesn't sound right. Hobson said that he left that thing primed and ready to go before he went and walked away. Said he was leaving the door open for the next adventurous soul out there. Well, well, Beatrix Slabo, seems you just found yourself another mystery. Good luck with that one, Bea. Maybe when this is all done, you should write yourself a book on it. Would make for a heck of an adventure story. So, that's extremely big, by the way. That means at the end of the first game, the portal was supposed to be open. We were supposed to make a choice. It wasn't supposed to be broken. Okay, Hobson decided not to use it, but he left it open for us. And yet something was there and broke it. Oh, the curiosity. Oh, the curiosity. Let's see where this brings me. It looks tundra-y. Maybe we'll be going to a snow biome with snowy slimes. Or maybe this will all be nothing and it'll just teleport me right back to a spawn. Let's see. Nope, completely new area. Very claustrophobic area. Oh, here we go. What an amazing discovery. This glacier wasn't even here when I first came to the island. I'm not sure how that's possible, so I'm sending out additional drones to collect more data. In the meantime, I'm going to see if this snow is as fun as the stories I read as a kid. Whoa. Whoa, this place is so cool. Look at this place. This place is so pretty. It's like Aurora trees. Is that a new slime? I think that's a new slime over there. No, that's a lucky cat. Snowball. What is the point of this? Oh, this is sick. This is so cool. Hey, it's the saber slimes. How did they get here? And they look so small now. While waiting for the drones to finish collecting their data, I built a snowman. I had seen them before in books, and since I had an extra carrot, I figured it was worth a shot. I am no sculptor, and I immediately took pity on my snowman. I was glad he couldn't talk. But then as the hours passed, he looked even worse. It was midday and the sun's rays were warming my cheeks. And then I realized why this place wasn't here before. This place is huge! What do you mean there's just an entire area tied to a little hidden spot? What are you, Sunsap? This is such a cool aesthetic. I love ice fire. I love it so much. These auroral effects here, the ghostly trees and surfaces that materialize at night, are similar to the phenomena inside the labyrinth. And that shouldn't be possible given the current state of the breach. I'm beginning to suspect that the ice shell that remains surrounding this glacier is amplifying the prisma waves, like creating an echo chamber where the effects in the environment are more concentrated. Oh, wow. Dude, the Thunderclucks look fucking hilarious. They have such a chiseled figure. This sucks, though. You have to wait till night for anything. Oh, hello. I can hardly believe it. Saber slimes? Everyone knows they've been extinct since some time after the Jurassic period. Could this glacier somehow have contained them in this world like a time capsule? Perhaps it was frozen at the bottom of the slime sea and the seismic activity from Ember Valley shook it loose. I need to keep exploring. You know, it's so interesting because this place is slowly melting. But because of how, like, igloos work and shit like that, it's gonna be melting at such an extraordinarily slow rate. That entire area, by the way, hidden behind a waterfall, in just a random spot. Like, I could have easily missed that for, like, the entirety of the game. And then had to, like, be like, what do you mean there's an entire other area there? Like, looking it up. The dig site. They really were digging here, huh? For, like, old ruins and... Okay, well, the dig site's cool. Sometimes used to bring my lunch here and stare at these colossal fossils, wondering what this world looked like when they were all alive. It's a world of slimes now, but who knows what it was before. And if the universe has room for a whole world and its ecosystem changing course, maybe we should accept the same of each other. Geez, talking about the past sure resonates these days. I wonder what profound thoughts I had to share back then. Well, this is a lot more land than you got in Slime Rancher 1, I can say that much. I used to be afraid of the water. It felt like it was endless and would just swallow you up. I was only ever willing to dip my feet in the shallows where I could see the bottom, see the extent of it. And now, what would you even call what I plunged into? Water so deep, so endless that I may never see the surface again? Feeling sorry for myself again. I should get back to work. He's got issues. Hi. I had the drones rebuild the conservatory exactly as it was before. I was so happy to see it standing there again, its glass filtering the beautiful daylight of this magical place. When it was done, for a moment I almost thought things were back to normal. I thought maybe I would just walk inside and start again like nothing happened. No, I know that's not the case. It was still so nice to finally be home again. So the goal here today is to explore The goal here today is to not have a stroke. It's to explore Great Labyrinth. God, I hate these guys and their ability to steal food and eat it like the gluttons they are. Just did. Ooh, Cyclone! Oh. This might be where Dervish are. I just need one Dervish. That's like literally all I need. Come on, there's no way not a single one spawns. Just one Dervish! Why are they not spawning? How rare is a dervish slime spawn on this? Yo, this is like one of my biggest complaints about this game, is how some of the slimes and shit are tied to weather. I didn't get tangled till it was a super pollen day. Yeah, find a large open field, throw most slimes into the slime sea, and camp the area for cyclones. And approach them every time you find one. Drift crystal? There's one! There's one! There's one! Ah. Weather changed. And the dervish moved to here. Okay. I watched a slime get struck by lightning, guys. Dude, I can't believe I had to camp that shit so hard just to get 2 dervish. Okay. Okay, you guys might be a bit insane. I was not expecting them to be that fucking aggressive. I need to take this from you all. Oh, that calmed them down a lot. Ooh, dude, I have what's probably one of the most docile, next to what's probably one of the most aggressive. Dude, that combination is actually terrifying. Because they get so much height in their jumps, and then they just cause a fucking tornado. Yeah, that might not have been my brightest idea. Yeah! Starlight Strand portal. The breach is so much smaller now. It fills me with hope. I remember when I first found it, I just walked right into the labyrinth and began exploring its endless gray halls, not even understanding what was really happening. But it's not so easy this time. Whatever I do, I need to shut the door tight behind me. Can't let it all happen again after coming this far. Oh, hello. It's a second entrance. Okay, so there's an entrance in both places. Got it. Slimefall? Huh? Slime Rain is in this game? This genuinely makes me question whether or not they got inspiration from Terraria for this one. Even by the standards of Rainbow Island, Slimefall is an unusual sight, with dozens of slimes raining down from the clouds above. As with many things, the slimes don't seem to be particularly bothered by it all, but a rancher would do well to remain conscious. With so many new slimes dropped into an area at once, Slimefall can easily lead to tar outbreaks. Slime clouds, yes. We know slimes don't actually die even if they completely dissipate, so... yeah, I guess that explains it. You know, that actually begs a deeper question. Does that mean that being on this planet means you're inhaling slime particles like the whole time you're here? Yeah, I know it's slime all the way down. Bro, I'm making these guys are fed for the next... making sure these guys are fed for the next millennia. There's gonna be more chickens in there than slimes. Wait, I have something for you to try, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm super creeped out if it works. I've created a blueprint of a key, a special archive key for the drones you've been finding. If any archival data exists in them, this should be the way to access it. Hey, yo? I say should because I actually have no idea. But if those drones are from the pages of my own journals, well, this key is how I would access their archives if I ever built anything like them. I know this hardly makes sense, but I need you to try it. If it works and an archive exists, and it somehow allows you to understand what's happening on that island more than you do now, well, I'm happy to have been able to help you. Kinda owe you one still, right? Ugh. I didn't say that. Just make the stupid key and don't tell me if it works or not. Because if it does, I really don't think I'm ready to deal with knowing that. Later, Tater, and good luck. Oh. How do I make the data key? Okay, it's right here. Okay, I have everything. I'm making this shit right away. I'm extremely invested in this. Okay, I need to find a drone. Okay, time to see. History is a funny thing. When you're young, you're told how important it is. How it's the greatest teacher. But then you see the people out there with power. The ones making history, and they ignore the past. I suppose I'm no different. In a way, I'm out here trying to escape my family's history. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. And I'm sorry, Grandma. But I really want this. Oh, so these are past logs. This gives information. This is gonna give information onto her first time here before everything went to shit. And this also, proves that they are the drones from Mochi's dream. Which, what? What do you mean they're the drones from a dream? Dude, what happened to turn this person from a really excited, innocent little bean to a fucking jaded old woman? What happened? That's what I thought. I needed to build more than one. Son of a bitch. Alright. Here we go. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Shadow slimes? Tin petals. Nature is metal. Haha. The delicate details of these leaves are surely too fine to have been formed by metal, but they are clearly tin. Could it be these were once organic petals? So first off, shadow slimes. What the fuck's up with that? Oh my god, we're actually gonna see the full ancient civilization. I was right in it being a girl. It's you. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Hello, Beatrix. I mean, Miss LeBeau. Is Beatrix okay? What happened to you, girl? What is going on with you? Why do you have a robotic arm and rainbow veins shooting into you? What happened to you? Sorry, I just can't believe I'm talking to you now. You're kind of a legend where I'm from. I'm sorry, you probably have a million questions, and I'm so sorry, but I can only be so helpful. I'm in a position now where I need to manage what I'm doing here at all times until we can fix it. It's very delicate work, so we'll need to keep our chats a little short. Okay, you seem to know me, but I don't know you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have introduced myself. I'm Gigi. I'm a botanist and an explorer, and lately a makeshift expert on alien technology. I'm sorry that I didn't make myself known sooner, but I had to know for sure that you wouldn't be like the others, that you were someone I could trust. So you're the one that sent me the letter in the boat that brought me here. Yes. I can't do this alone, and you're the one person I believe who could help me. Help you with what? Help me save Rainbow Island, maybe even all the Far Far Range. You see, when I first came to Rainbow Island, I was so taken with its beauty. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before. But I eventually discovered this beauty came at a price. Long ago, something from way out there in space crashed into what is now Rainbow Island, and slowly it began to change things. The rocks and cliffs blushed with color and then rippled with veins of the same prismatic hues that sprouted from the grasses and other flora. Even the atmosphere here has a kind of hypercolor to it. It's everywhere, all spreading from the thing from space. That thing, I call it the Prismacore. It changes the properties of everything around it. It starts with color, but then material and elemental changes begin. How do we stop it? Traverse the Grey Labyrinth and find me. I cannot leave my post, but I can communicate with you from these devices as you find them. Once you find me, we can try to stop what is happening here. In the meantime, I'll do my best to answer more questions as you think of them. But heck, even if you don't have any, it will just be good to chat with another human. It's been so long. Okay, Gigi. I'll see you inside. Good luck, Beatrix, and stay sharp when the colors here intensify. Things will get crazy. Whoa. Unstable veggies. Wait a minute. What did that? Phosphor slime? What do you mean phosphor slime? They're flying out of my inventory? How the fuck do I get phosphor slime? Cotton stretched across reality, matter, and time. Resources affected by the prism disruptions of Great Labyrinth are too volatile to exist for long in the world. Eventually, these resources will pop out of existence or even a rancher's vac tank to escape the confines of reality in mundane third dimensions. Basically, they've got too many reality appointments and they are constantly rushing to get to the next one. Unstable resources do seem to have unique interactions with the slimes of the Grey Labyrinth. Weird how these disruptive resources impact normal slime digestive processes. Eh? Prisma plorts? That's how you cleanse it. Things are getting wacky silly, but also so goddamn cool. Unlike other objects affected by Prisma disruption, these plorts appear to be especially sensitive to temporal distortions that appear throughout Grey Labyrinth. The ancient beings that created Grey Labyrinth seem to have had a special use in mind for these plorts when they designed the megastructure. Perhaps the plorts themselves are the key to delving further into the structure's mystery. Like other unstable objects, a plort impacted by Prisma disruption will eventually become volatile that it cannot be contained by Ranger's bursting out after a period of time. Possible uses for Prisma plorts are mysterious as the Grey Labyrinth itself, but perhaps some creative minds coming together can unlock their untapped potential. Can they fuse with something? No. The slimes do not seem to care. Huh? Isn't it beautiful? Despite everything, there's a part of me that is still happy to see it all again. Am I still inside the labyrinth? I was in a room with strange lights and things going crazy. Am I still in the labyrinth? Yes, you're still inside the labyrinth, if you can believe it. It's a total recreation of the aspects of the environment outside, down to the atmosphere. But even more astonishing is the scale of it all. It's actually bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. A total mind-bender. Not everything here will make sense at first, or maybe ever. So just do what you do best, explore, collect, and figure out how best to navigate this place. Knowing your way around and understanding how things work here will prove valuable in time. When parts of the labyrinth begin to shimmer and explode with radiant light, you'll need to watch out. I call them Prisma disruptions. They're unstable bursts of energy generated by the Prisma core. They come in waves, so learn to spot them and how to survive them. Because those disruptions are dangerous, they will prove essential for our work here in time. You know where to find me? Well, sort of. Black Indigonium. What do you mean there's Indigonium here? Holy shit! It's massive. This place is... Twin? What? There are a ton of new things, apparently? This is a bit of an overload, I won't lie, at least at the moment. Polaricherry? Polaricherry. What? What the fuck? I got trolled. These twin slimes are believed to be a bizarre byproduct of the Prisma Core's effects on the labyrinth, seemingly being two different slimes occupying the same spot in reality at different intervals. It's unclear if these slimes are in fact two versions of the same slime, or a different one, and if so, if they're even aware of the phenomenon. Twin slimes can create reality-defying portals that can snag things from the environment and drop them in their places. Yeah, it's the opposite of quantum. Two slimes occupying one space instead of one slime occupying two spaces. How the fuck did you get out? So there are just two types of plorts that you can't fuse with other people, which is a little disappointing, I won't lie. I was kind of hoping for more than just two, but maybe there are three? I don't know. There's so much shit to collect though. Ooh, this 100%, let me tell you, it's gonna take a while. What do they say about these guys? Shadow slimes are found within the dark corners of the Grey Labyrinth and other places where they are safe from prismatic disruptions. They are an unusual, unique slime, clustering together in erratic groups and quickly fleeing from the slightest provocation, almost vanishing in thin air. It's unknown if they were created as a part of the labyrinth or some kind of evolution against the prismatic effects within it. They present no immediate threat, however they will flee the moment they are spotted, perhaps accidentally falling headlong into the cloudy abyss as you desperately try to snag their plorts. It's dampening. The umbral aura of a shadow slime's plort, like the slime itself, has natural dampening effect against the prismatic energies that radiate throughout the labyrinth and all of Rainbow Isle. Those that manage to find this rare creature would do well to master acquiring their plorts, as they will likely prove essential for solving the labyrinth's many puzzles. Yes, I saw that. You want to know how many plorts you need to open all of these things around the place? 1,275. Smile. Yep. And that's what you need them for. Each one of the, little things you saw there require 25 each. Dude, I get to... You're telling me that you need to get 25 shadow florts for a cosmetic. Oh, you're so funny. Chat, this might single-handedly be what takes me, like, 3 years to complete this game. An incredible view, so you need to get lost in the beauty of it. That is until a Prisma disruption turns it all to chaos. Finding your way around here is hard enough without them. Thought that might be the case, so I've been developing a gadget that should prove useful to you. I call it a disruption detector, and it does exactly that. Placing them around the labyrinth will tell you when a Prisma disruption is about to happen in that area. It even works on your map. I'll give you one I made myself as well as the blueprint, so you can fabricate as many as you need. Oh, they're marked! Oh, thank God they're marked! Where the hell am I supposed to go? Like, where's the map? No. No! I knew they'd do it! I fucking knew they'd do it! Oh! Okay. We know that's there now. I need fucking 4 of those, technically, now. I think I need to open the other side. But man, Prisma cores, huh? Crashed down from space. Alien object crashed down from space and started making everything multicolored and adapt in the environment. Now, just what if we end up getting to see it? Now that would be something. Dude, I desperately need to get the quantum drones going. I need to start having them manage shit. They're gonna go here first, but my hope is that they're gonna be better than the normal drones, and like they'll be able to handle multiple parts of the ranch at once. Like if I set it to take care of food, it'll take care of food in all of the different ranch areas and not just one spot. Still 3 whole upgrades I haven't found, dude. Maybe. I know it's silly, but I worry about the hard work you do out there all on your own. So send you a little care package. Thanks for the grass, Grandma! Sorry, that came out really rash. You know what, actually? Okay. There can be a saving grace here. If a quantum drone in the gray labyrinth can harvest shadow plorts for me, it's not going to be that big. If that's something that they put in this, I will feel perfectly fine. Never mind, I'm disappointed. If you'd look closely at the plorts it can store and collect, you will notice Shadow is not there. Can operate inside the conservatory or a single ranch expansion. Alright. It's alright. It kind of just feels like the drones from the first game, though. I was hoping that it would have more commands besides just do thing, get thing, end. So I've heard a rumor, by the way, that there's a night market. I don't know where that is. I like that the slimes just become a blob when they're too far away from rendering distance. Keep an eye on those drones. You can see where your drone stations are located and their current energy levels right on the map. You can peek at what's in your quantum cloud here. Huh. Huh. Oh, that's cool, actually. Whoa, it's like all coral. That's really cool. Aqua glass? There's a whole new resource going on this side? It's an entirely different area. They're 2 completely different zones. What? Oh, that's so cool. Watch the sunset inside the labyrinth. The darkness of night creeps in, and yet it's all an illusion. Or at least it has to be. Why do you trust me with all this, Gigi? I'm no hero, Beatrix. So I knew that I needed a real hero to stop what's happening here. And a hero, well, a hero you can trust. I mean, if you can't, then who else is there? So I tried to picture the perfect person for this job, and it was you. I've had my trust broken before. That's what caused everything to go wrong. I trusted the wrong people. This is my chance to make it right. You might not feel it yet, but you're a hero, Beatrix. You will become one in time. There are so many amazing adventures ahead of you, I promise. This will just be another chapter in the adventures of Beatrix LeBeau. Another story for some little girl to read under a tree and dream that her life might ever be as grand a tale. No, never mind. It's so easy to get lost in thought admiring this strange architecture and wondering where it all came from, isn't it? Who do you think built this place? There's much evidence from across the far, far range that someone or something was here long ago. There are crumbling ruins and the remains of ancient technological devices all over the planet. These ruins have always been perplexing because they don't seem to have specific functions, at least that we can understand. Not to mention all the slime statues you see everywhere. But the labyrinth is different. I believe it was built with a specific purpose in mind. And what purpose is that? I think the Prismacore was discovered long ago, and this labyrinth is actually a containment and research facility that was built around it. They couldn't stop the effects of the Prismacore, so they just tried to prevent it from affecting the rest of the far, far range while they looked for a solution. The labyrinth was designed to be a self-sustaining ecosystem. I think this was to simulate parts of Rainbow Island and see what the Prismacore would do to it over time. Outside the labyrinth, you have seen mostly chromatic changes to the world, but inside, where the effects are amplified, elemental properties will shift entirely. I've seen water turn to glass, flowers turn to metal. It's dire. Find a way to stop it. In time, I hope so. Always in time. Dude, wait, that's actually so cool. Where are you from, Gigi? A hard question to answer, I guess. I'm actually not too far from where you now call home. But we would have never crossed paths until now. I was born on the far, far range. It's my home, and it's all I've ever known outside of books. So when I first discovered Rainbow Island, it felt so genuinely new, like finding a secret room in your childhood home. I wanted to stay there forever. But now it feels as though I've lived many lifetimes. My childhood was one of them, and my life on Rainbow Island was another. And now that I'm back, well, I suppose that's another. But it's getting fuzzy. What do you mean? The way I managed to get back, to get another chance to fix what is happening here, well, it wasn't your typical way of traveling. And so now my head is always a little foggy, a little mixed up. The memories I have now feel rearranged like they're out of order. Sometimes what I did yesterday will feel so distant, like half-remembered things from my childhood. And those same childhood memories of mine will suddenly be crystal clear, sometimes even feeling new. My earliest memory has always been sitting underneath our dining room table and watching my mom vacuum up the living room. She didn't know I was there, and I just watched her. I remember that it was a hot day and she looked tired and upset about something. And that used to be it. But since I came back, that memory has changed. I'm still under the table and she's still vacuuming, the day is hot and she's tired. But then she notices me. And her expression suddenly moves to surprise and joy, and she stops what she's doing. She kneels down and we talk about something, but I can't hear my own words. I just see her listening and smiling. And then her expression changes again. She's still smiling and I see tears begin to form in the corner of her eyes, but she holds them back. And she tells me that she's so sorry my grandmother never had the chance to meet me. She puts a hand on my shoulder and is about to say something else, but the comm station rings and she turns her head. I can't remember anything more after that. Wow. Wow, okay. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even know what to think of that. A thought came into my head, and I think this would be crazy cool if it's the case. What if Gigi here is Hobson and Thora's child? It's a long shot. It's a crazy shot in the dark. But she's clearly had some time travel shenanigans, right? So what if it is her? I know it seems wild and probably is like too wild to guess, but I don't know. That just intrigues me so much. Wouldn't it be cool? God, that takes so many. It takes like 50. Oh, is this a different spot? This looks like a new area. Yep. It's all pretty and purple. Like the prettiest shade of purple there is. I like to call this place Dreamland. I used to make my way up here and while away the hours among the clouds. It's a nice place to forget about your problems. Is this where the labyrinth generates its atmosphere? Yes, I think so. Maybe even more. There's something different in the air here. It's hard to explain. But it feels almost as if the clouds, and even the island you stand on now, are formed from the ether around you. Not built or assembled, but more gathered from tiny nothings in the air. I've spent a long time on these islands, and sometimes I swear I could begin to feel a kind of flow to it, like I was gaining control over it. One day I was feeling homesick while I sat here, and thought about how, when I was little, I would be out in my mom's garden in the evening, and I would start to smell supper cooking from our house. I used to delight in seeing vegetables growing right in front of me while smelling their cooked aromas in the air. It felt like things were connected in a way. And then while I sat here, I closed my eyes, trying to picture that garden again, and in that moment, I swear I could smell supper cooking. When I opened my eyes, there was a new island in the distance ahead of me, and on it was the house I grew up in. But it was only there for a moment, before fading into the clouds. I still don't know if it was real or not. Oh, wow. You have any dreams? I used to have a lot of dreams. I wanted to break free of the expectations my parents had for me. I wanted to be in charge of my own path, so I dreamed of running away and becoming whoever I wanted to be. I dreamed that one day they would see the person I became and be so happy for me, and everything would be fine somehow. It wouldn't matter that I left them behind. But when you're young, you sometimes don't see just how broken things are that are right in front of you. Your version of the world is like a foggy bathroom mirror, the shape of things, but not the details. I know that my mom never got over my grandmother's passing. I didn't realize the pressure she felt to continue her legacy and the sadness that just became a part of her life. Not until long after I was gone too. Now I dream that someday I'll make it back home and somehow my parents will understand why I had to leave. I think that's always what it comes down to, you just wanting them to understand you. Why did that get deep all of a sudden? Damn, that was actually kind of depressing. That was actually, like, really sad. I wasn't expecting that. Nah, the thing is, though, that's what I love about Slime Rancher. It's what I loved about the first game, and it's what I'm loving about this one. It's all cute and fun, but there's real deep things and big messages and all these things that it's actually trying to teach you. It's just pretty. That you can have such interesting stories. Oh. Slumber. Come here, you. Whoa, holy shit. Okay. Look at this. That's so sick. Whoa. Hello, Beatrix. Seems you're not lost in the dream just yet. Everything here seems to be turning to gold. Yes. Due to Dreamland's proximity to the Prismacore, you're seeing some of the worst of its effects. Outside the labyrinth, you have seen mostly chromatic changes to the world, but inside, where the effects are amplified, elemental properties will shift entirely. Water turns to glass, trees turn to metal, and whole structures surrounding the Prismacore become nearly invisible before vanishing entirely, as if they just phased right out of reality. Bit by bit, all of Dreamland will turn to gold unless we stop it. Where you stand will grow heavy and fall from the sky. In time, the generated atmosphere here will collapse and further destabilize the labyrinth. And once the labyrinth falls and the Prismacore's energy radiates across the whole of the far range, it will transform this world into something unrecognizable, taking all life on the planet with it. Slimes. Yes, even the tenacious slimes couldn't possibly survive such a catastrophe. But we won't let that happen. You and I will find a way. Do you feel lost, Gigi? I feel lost all the time. But maybe never more so than when I traveled across the Glass Desert. You crossed the Glass Desert? Yes, twice actually, if you can believe it. And to be honest, it nearly killed me. You see, when I started researching the Glass Desert, I discovered that the name was hardly befitting of such a place. What I saw was verdant and teeming with life. This is due to a very special kind of water that flows there that can almost magically grow. Well, who am I kidding? You know all this quite well. So because of this, I didn't prepare well enough. And on my return trip, the Glass Desert earned its reputation. It was a barren wasteland. The wind stung my face and blinded me. And every time I thought I had my bearing, the world around me would erupt into flames. I spent so many days just huddled in caves trying to find the courage to press on. But I knew I had to. I had to get back to Rainbow Island and find a solution. How did you find the strength to press on? Gigi pauses for a moment and runs the tatters of her cloak between her fingers. This cloak belonged to my grandmother. Well, it was the blanket that she used to keep around her leg later in life. That's what I saw in the photos anyway. And then it belonged to my mother until she gave it to me. Mom used to sew up every tear or fray the moment it happened. So many little stitches that didn't quite match, the way she tried to keep it all together. One day I was sitting on the floor of a cave, listening to the storm rage outside. I was wrapped in my cloak, just crying from the weight of it all. I was tired and it all felt unbearable. And then I felt my mom protecting me. I looked at all the zigzagging stitches wrapped around me and realized she kept it all together for me. Whatever it took to do the job. Maybe now it's torn and frayed and will never be the same, but it's still here. It saved me just like we'll save this place. It might never be quite the same, but we'll hold it all together, Beatrix. Dude, what is going on? It's so sad! This poor girl! Okay, let me read the log on the slumber slimes. I'm very curious. Slumber slime. To sleep, perchance, to sleep more and more and more. Bloomer slimes are found among the puffy pink islands of the labyrinth streamland, drifting in and out of sleep from the strange auras that radiate from them. At first they seem like somewhat lazy hunters, delighting in a chomp of chicken when they happen to be awake. However, given the function of dreamland within the labyrinth, it's possible that slumber slimes are significantly more powerful creatures, perhaps even dreaming the world around them into existence as they sleep among the clouds. The strange aura that emanates from slumber slimes can put other slimes, including other slumber slimes, to sleep for some time. While this can be a good thing if you're looking to take a break, it can disrupt feeding schedules and plort production on your ranch. So be sure to always know where they are on your ranch, because it is said that their sleep aura can't be felt until it's too late. If held without safety equipment, like a pair of gloves, the concentrated slumber essence within a slumber port can make you fall into a deep, cozy sleep full of wonderful dreams. Once you finally awake, you will recall every bit of the dream to its fullest, and feel a sense of deep calm and refreshment that lasts all day. Therefore, a slumber port should never, under any circumstances, be held while wearing gloves. Sounds kinda suspicious. It's one of those things, right, where it's hard to feel like you can trust that. It sounds like they're dream eaters. If I was to take a guess, it genuinely sounds like they're dream eaters. Can I just say, by the way, this place is massive. Actually huge. Okay, so I know I said I'd be returning, but also we can see what this is now. I'm too curious. I can't help myself. Alright, chat, this could be big. This looks like a big, important area with a long fall. I can hardly believe you made it this far, Beatrix. This labyrinth would swallow up a normal person, but you're different. I was right to put my faith in you. The Prismacore lies ahead. Maybe together we can stand a chance of stopping this thing and changing the future of the far, far range. Okay, can we just take in this sight? Let me push the button, let's see what happens. The clouds go down. Oh my god. Dude, look at this! This is so pretty! That was that was wood before. Yep. Dude, it's the aura trees! This is so cool! Do you think those were actual slimes before? I don't think so, but that would be fucked if so. Oh, alright, no going back now. Core breach. There's the Prismacore, right there. Wow. Here it is, Beatrix, the Prismacore. I was breathless when I first saw it. Seeing the way light twisted and moved within it, the way it seemed to change with every moment, it was like I was staring into the infinite. Only I knew then what would become of it. Of me, of everything. I'm sorry to have brought you here. To have pulled you into all this, but it was the only way. But where are you, Gigi? I'm afraid I still can't greet you in person. I would have loved to thank you properly, but I've locked myself away in the facility on the other side of this room. I'll try to explain everything. After all you've been through to get here, I at least owe you that much. So let's start over. My name is... Gigi Twilgers West. I was fucking right! I was fucking right! Oh my god! I called that shit! I'm the granddaughter of Hobson and Thora. Okay, it wasn't their daughter, it was their granddaughter. But still! Let's fucking go! Wait, how is that possible? You might not believe this, but the short answer is that I'm from the future. In my time, I discovered Rainbow Island and the Prismacore, and things went badly. It was rapidly destabilizing, and when I tried to fix it, I only made it worse. I called the wrong people to help, and they tried to exploit its unnatural power. Everything quickly fell apart after that. There was an explosion. Prismacore light tore across Rainbow Island into the atmosphere of the far, far range. I shielded myself from the blast, but my arm... Something happened. The energy from the Prismacore imprinted itself on me. I can feel it coursing in my arm despite my efforts to contain it. It's why I've sealed myself away and need your help. When I get near the Prismacore, it causes the destabilization to accelerate, like it's reacting to its own energy signature. That's so cool! What do you mean? It imprinted itself on you and is like trying to assimilate you slowly? And if you get too close, it tries to like rip you apart. Oh, that's interesting. But if you're here, what about back home? My world, the far, far range in my time, it's on the brink of disaster. The Prismacore's energy has blanketed the atmosphere and has begun to warp the environment as it has here, changing trees to metal, water to glass, even phasing the natural world out of reality. In time, there will be nothing left to sustain the ecosystem. Faced with that, knowing that I had a hand in causing it all, I had to do something. So how did you travel here? Remember during your previous journey in the Glass Desert, where my grandfather led you to a portal beyond space and time? When you got there, it seemed like it was ruined. Well, that's because I had already used it. Oh my god! I was able to direct the one in my world to this point in our timeline. There was just one problem. It crumbled from the shock of activating when I arrived. I didn't realize it would be a one-way trip. So you're stuck here. Yes. Perhaps there's a way of repairing the portal, but like so many things here, it's beyond my understanding. So I have to accept that I will never return home, never see my family again. But it will be worth it if we can somehow stabilize the Prismacore. If we can do that, then not only do we save everything here and now, but it will fix my mistakes in the future. I have to believe that. Girl, you're forgetting about the law of time. If you change... Depending on what continuity you believe in here, there's two big continuities of the law of time, okay? One, everything that happened in the past already happened and you are only perpetuating the loop no matter what you do. Or two, when you change the past to alter the future, you no longer exist, and the events that take place no longer happened, which, in turn, wipes it from existence. No matter the situation here, girl, you're kind of fucked. How do we stabilize the Prismacore? In my research here, I have discovered that whoever built the Grey Labyrinth created devices called harmonizers designed to stabilize the Prismacore, only they just didn't work. There's evidence that it was attempted multiple times, each time having the opposite effect and making the situation worse. But if it didn't work before, how will it work this time? I'll have to explain later, but I think I have something that maybe they didn't, something that might allow it to work this time. There's only one problem. The harmonizers are lost. There's no record of where they're located. Heck, there's no record of what they even look like. I'm completely in the dark here and don't know what to do. There's also the theory that where a change in time creates a new timeline. Exactly, yeah. So, no matter what this girl does, she's not gonna change the catastrophe. It happens no matter what. It's just splitting things off into a happier world. What will answer that one, Abby, is whether or not Gigi fades away after the stabilization is complete. If the stabilization is complete and Gigi disappears, then that proves that it's still one single timeline. However, if she stays here after the stabilization is complete, then it's the parallel universe. You know, your grandfather once gave me some great advice. Oh? What did he say? Never give up? To keep pushing through when all the odds are stacked against you? My mom always said Grandpa had a way with words. He said, keep your peepers peeled. Huh? What do you mean? The only way to find something hidden is to look for it. Where do we even start? I've seen some funny-looking walls here. Seems like a good place to start. Beatrix, that's it! I kept thinking I'd find a door or something I couldn't enter, but what if they're hidden in plain sight? I think I could make some new tech that you could use to test this theory. Head on over to the exchange station on the balcony above, and I'll get you set up. Is this just where she's been living? Oh my god. Hello again! I've linked this exchange station to my facility here, so we can exchange things that you find for things I can make. Like I was saying, I think I can invent something that can uncover hidden areas in the labyrinth. And maybe the harmonizers. I really hope so. My guess is that anything unstable or out of place here is a result of the prisma waves blanketing the labyrinth and transmuting things. If I could invent something to nullify them in just a localized area, it might be enough for you to uncover where the harmonizers are hidden. How can you build something like that? Well, for starters, I'll need prisma plorts to make the blueprint. I'll need to run all kinds of prisma tests to figure out the parameters we're working with. As for actually building it, the strange shadow slimes might be the answer. Their plorts have a natural dampening effect on prisma waves. Maybe they evolved to do that somehow. They can flatten the wavelengths in order to... Sorry, I'm getting caught up in things here. Just keep an eye out for shadow plorts, as they might be useful later. In the meantime, bring me your prisma plorts and I can get to work on the nullifier. Got it. And by the way, I also exchanged prisma plorts for coins so you can spend at a kind of underground market. Something I discovered while looking for some sort of special tech I needed to build my facility. But never mind that. The important part right now is working on that nullifying device. Let's get these plorts. Get what you need. We're getting closer, Beatrix. Let's see this thing through. Rainbow coin? More like Rainbuy coin. You can spend rainbow coins at the Pronto Mart kiosk. This is the favorite currency of special merchants on the Pronto Mart network who sell rare and unusual items. Oh, it burns! Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, man, dude. This is so cool! Shadow Sure Shot? Oh, I'm buying that. If I can get more Shadow Plorts out of a shot, I am doing that hands down, no question. Like, for the 100% of Slime Rancher 2 here, I'm not gonna count, like, having to craft everything, because that would take actually ages, and I don't think I have that mental fortitude. It's just gonna be unlocking everything, getting all the upgrades, that sort of thing. No shot. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, hello again. Hi, Beatrix. I've been calling this area the terrarium. Why the terrarium? Well, you know, a terrarium is just a container that keeps plants outside of their usual environment. The first time I came through here, that's what it looked like to me. Just a biosphere, though a really beautiful one, with unique food and slimes. And maybe that's true. It's possible that this is just a way to represent the outside world here in the labyrinth, safely behind the glass. But I'm no longer so sure. So what do you think it really is? That's the thing, Beatrix. I have no way of knowing. Not really. But I'm very sure the labyrinth as a whole is a facility that was intended to contain and stabilize the Prismacore. So logically, the terrarium is here for some Prismacore related reason. And if I think about what that could be, I wonder if it's a seed bank of some kind. Like if things went really bad in the future, if the Prismacore became too unstable and really, truly breached, this would be a way to ensure that some of the flora would survive the ensuing calamity. If so, That would mean the terrarium is basically, well, an insurance policy, so that if the worst happens, there could be a do-over. I mean, relatable. What part of that do you relate to? Well, that's... of course I want to think that my actions in the past might help save the future. I mean, I think it's natural to want to set things up so the future can be better, even if there's no way to know for sure what happens. But if you think of it another way, to all those who exist in the future, what's happening right now is the past. We want those people of the future to look back at what we're doing and feel like it made a difference to them. Or better yet, we want to make it so they never had to worry in the first place. What we do here will make all the difference eventually. I have to believe that. All we can do is live in the moment. Things are in a bad state, but there's a lot to see and love here. I hope you can take the time to enjoy it too. Hi, Beatrix. Fascinating area, right? Almost like some kind of museum. That might be what the glass cases say to us, but I believe they're here for another purpose. Actually, I'm convinced that they have something to do with the manipulation of time. I've observed the ones with plants for a while, and I've noticed that time's moving faster inside these cases than outside them. I think that it must be some way of analyzing the Prismacore's effect on the natural world. Perhaps they're a way to help predict what would happen in the events of a breach. Is it happening with tiny buildings too? It might be, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is, or maybe it's manipulating space instead. Or even a third thing that's so alien to us that we'll never have the context to figure it out. There are so many mysteries on Rainbow Island, Beatrix, and I don't think we'll solve even half of them in our lifetimes. Sometimes all you can do is look through the glass and wonder about what's happening on the other side. Do you feel that way often? I felt that way for a long time, honestly. You know, my whole life was planned out. I'd grow up, then take over the ranch, just like my mom took over from Grandma. One day I'd pass the ranch down to a child of my own. It was all meant with such love, a beautiful home, our family legacy. To me, it was such a small world, like being in one of those domes here, pressing my hands against the glass and imagining the life I'd be living if I hadn't been born on the ranch. I came here to Rainbow Island to try to live that other life, but I'm trapped again now, this time for real. Isn't it ironic? I'm behind glass, shut away like everything else in here. I'll help to free you as soon as I can. I know we have to hurry, but take some time to enjoy what's in front of you. Sure, girl. How are you guys always so fucking, Dude, worst combination of things ever. These guys actually suck. The fact that, like, literally only 2 of them can almost break the fucking Skynet is just insane. I hate them! They just don't stay contained. Alright. Hopefully we'll be able to explore the terrarium now. Oh no. There's gold here. So even the terrarium is starting to become affected. At least it's probably still a useful shortcut. Gold's a problem, right? Outside the labyrinth, it's seemingly harmless changes, but here it's more dangerous. Imagine if the section of the floor you're standing on vanished under you. Or if the only door out became a wall of solid rock. And the gold, that seems to me the most potent of the transmutations. It's probably the fate of this world if left unchecked. It all feels like King Midas from my storybooks. When I first discovered the Prismacore, I was horrified at seeing the whole ecosystem turning to gold. I called for help, but those that arrived saw only the value of that gold. It ended in disaster when they tried to harness its full power. I won't let that happen again. Right, I remember there being one there, though my memory isn't that reliable these days. Shortcuts are funny things. Space and time are both full of shortcuts when you think about it. I mean, I used my memories of the area in quantum tech to set up these projectors. That's a kind of time-based shortcut. Physical shortcuts are maybe more recognizable. Knowing there are quick ways back to places you've been before, it can make all the difference, right? It can completely change what you'd otherwise do. I know it has for me. So I suppose we often find ourselves in the same place in the end, one way or another. Oh! Finally! Oh! Oh my god, these guys are chaotic! Dude, these guys just zip around. So that's fucked up, right? You need to have a hunter port. Not only that, you need to get it all the way over here. Which there are no hunter slimes in this, like, whole area. And I should be able to clear the last of this area out. And then I get to make the resonators, which then lets me find the stabilizers. That should be all I need. Oh, hello. Beatrix, look out the window. There's so much more out there than I realized. Haven't you been out there before? I haven't. I don't remember seeing anything out these windows. I saw it for the first time just now when you activated the projector. You know, back then I really thought I'd walked through the whole facility. I was pretty sure I'd have this whole place mapped out. But times like now, I catch glimpses of what feels like an infinite expanse out there. Labyrinth as far as the eye can see. Was it here the whole time and I just missed it? Maybe it wasn't, though. It might be made using quantum architecture. That means it could be here in a moment and then gone in a flash, or even both here and not here at the same time. I mean, I make use of quantum tech often enough. It'd be foolish to overlook the possibility. How have you been using quantum tech? Oh, a few ways. You're interacting with one right now. The projectors themselves aren't quantum in nature, but how I placed them was. You've been unlocking all sorts of gates to get here, right? Well, it's not that I've gone through, placed things, and then locked up again behind myself. Back when I first came here, it was all open and unlocked, so I wandered all over the place. I've used quantum technology to place the projectors in places I remember having seen. Though, my memory isn't as reliable as it used to be, so some of them may have gotten lost in transit. I guess we'll find out if and when you activate them. So what memory did you use to place this one? Well, I placed this one because I remembered this lovely little tree. Strangely, a memory came back to me all of a sudden. So there was this one tabby slime that was always hanging around the ranch back home. It was just a wild slime, but it came around all the time, and by the afternoon it would always just bounce away again. And one day I decided to follow it. It took me deep into the woods. After a while, it did a wiggle at this huge tree and then began to climb it, just jiggling its way from branch to branch all the way up. I followed it. Partway up, I lost sight of the slime, but I kept climbing. Soon enough, I broke tree cover and... oh, Beatrix, I don't know how to put it into words. I'd never been so high up, and I've never seen so much of the big wide world. My entire life had been in the acres around my home, and there I could just see everything. Trees blanketing the far, far range, birds flying above. It took my breath away. I stayed up there for hours until my mom came looking for me. Boy, did she give me an earful. It wouldn't be the last time I disappeared on her to see the wider world. We'll get you out to see the world again. Better make like a tree and leave then! Aha! Aha! Wait, actually, hang on. If everything was open for her already when she got here, doesn't that mean it's because I went through this whole area? Because if things weren't open before, and then I went through this area and opened everything up, and then she comes back here in the future to do these things, doesn't that mean that fate isn't changing? These guys look like they're gonna be, like, fucking hell to corral. I don't even want to think of what a Largo of these are gonna be. This just looks like horrible, horrible shit. Oh. Oh. I didn't realize I needed to do that. I see. I really should have realized. Ooh, that's harmonic, alright. Does that just mean there's one in every big area, which means there's probably one in the other place, in the Dreamland. Ooh. Oh, they're all different colors. So that's 2. Oh yeah, it's literally right here. That'll do it. Alright. God, just thinking about it, it's gonna take a few more streams at the minimum to get through getting all these things filled up, and then also all the other treasure pods. Really, it's just the Shadow Plort shit. This is brutal. Telling you to like you need 50 something shadow plorts for for every single one of these little cosmetics of this area. That's a bit cruel. I'll have to also be doing a lot of charisma plort farming, considering she gives you special drops for it. So that's also something. Dude, it's gonna be interesting to see how people are gonna speedrun this game. This game is so much bigger. I feel like speedruns would be like a couple hours at least. Like, I know there's a lot that you can skip, but there's some like required plorts for different things and stuff. It's always fun seeing how they figure it out. Like, you need to pop a magma. Oh my god, wait. I just realized the fucking butterfly slime. That's gonna be such an RNG check. You'd have to be on that shit for speedrunning. Because of how it only eats the nectar, and you can't farm the nectar, it only drops in that one area. Oh my god. That actually sounds brutal. That's probably what's gonna make the biggest disparity within people. Unless they can find a way to, like, clip into it or something. Ah, there it is. Okay. That's all the resonators. It's time to go back. Hello. This is it, Beatrix. With the harmonizers activated and with your help, I can attempt to stabilize the Prismacore. It works like this. The Prismacore is constantly emitting a chaotic array of energy waves that seemingly take the form of our color in our world. But it's totally out of sync with our world, in a way that runs deep, like in an elemental way. That's how it warps reality around it. This is where you come in. The harmonizers you activated emit a special energy pulse that reverberates through the whole of the labyrinth. Combined, they form a kind of harmonious energy wave, and when directed at the Prismacore, it attempts to change it, to make it harmonious too. But you said it was attempted before and never worked. Yes, that's true, but I think I have something the architects of this system did not. My arm. I can feel the energy waves of the Prismacore in my arm. I can feel its chaos. And so I think I will be able to change its wavelength and create that harmony. Because I'll be able to feel it myself. Okay, what do you need me to do? Once you're ready, I'll begin overlaying the harmonizer's wavelengths onto the Prismacore. This will cause incredible disruptions and send the Prismacore into a state of chaos until we can actually stabilize it. This chaos will have a volatile effect on the world around us, transmuting even slimes into masses of horrible tar that will fill this room and ultimately destroy everything unless we do something about it. I'll need you to fight back and destroy all the tar before they destabilize that Prismacore and take us down with it. Normally, water can't exist here for long. It turns to glass this close to the Prismacore. But the harmonizers resonate through the water that flows here now, so grab it when you can and wipe out the tar, or if things get really out of hand. I've got you covered. I've rigged the hydro shower above the Prismacore. It only needs to build up enough pressure to be used. So to do that, pack it full of slimes. Not only might it save the day, but you'll be able to save some slimes with it. Also, I'll store the contents of your vac tank during the process so you'll have plenty of room for slimes. I know this all sounds like a lot and a total long shot, but it's our only chance. So are you ready? Oh, baby, let's do this. Once more, I'm counting on you. It has an HP bar. Oh, fuck! Down. Rain hell. Oh my god, this is actually so much. Cars running the Prismacore and cause it in your collapse and something. They're gonna use the hydro shower, keep blasting them. Okay, move. It turned into a head of lettuce. No, I was not expecting a boss fight either. Beatrix! All the readings from the Prismacore, they're stable. It's on a completely different wavelength than before. I can feel it. It will take a long time for the land to fully heal and the effects like Prisma disruptions to stop. But Rainbow Island? No. The future of the whole Far Far Range has been saved. You did it, Beatrix. We did it, and I can't thank you enough. What happens to the Prismacore now? Time will tell, but I think it can remain here as yet another part of this world we call home. Humans were never a part of this world until we landed here one day, and now look at us. We managed to be a part of it all and not destroy it in the process. That's the way it should be. Even the Prismacore was once lost out in the void of space before it landed here, and now it's a part of this world too. It's gotta find its true place in all this, just like me. So, are you free now? I can feel a change in my arm. It's still connected somehow to the Prismacore, but it's not like before. There is a quiet to it now, just a low hum of energy. It feels peaceful. I need to run more tests to truly know, but I think that I might finally be able to leave this chamber. Where will you go? There's something I need to do out there. I need to finally talk to someone and let them know that my mom tried so hard, that I tried so hard, and that I couldn't be that person. And that every day my mom felt such guilt about not being that person either. I might not see you again for a while. I'm so sorry. Sometimes our journeys take us away from our friends and those we love. How do you manage it? I once had someone tell me you need only to look up at the stars. Stars? No matter how far you go, their light will touch you both. What if where you are is beyond any distance, beyond time? Their light was here before us, and it will be here after. Dude, what a beautiful reference to the ending of the first game. I hope she sees them. I hope she knows I'm safe now. Thank you, Beatrix, for all that you've done here, for me and all that you have yet to do. The Far Far Range is a better place with you a part of it. Travel safe. Man, wow. There it is. That's what I was hoping for. She left the Grey Labyrinth for the first time in as long as she could remember. It feels like leaving a dream. The night air was cool, and she heard the song of the wind as it wove through the prismatic grasses across Rainbow Island. She looked up to the sea of stars that float across the night sky. She thought of home and her mother. She wondered if she would ever have the chance to talk to her again, to tell her she was sorry. And so, Gigi decided before her next adventure that there was someone she needed to see. It was like coming home again, only she knew it wasn't the same. She tried to find the words, but couldn't. But somehow, no words were needed. We get to see Hobson? Somehow, there was only love and understanding. Time is a funny thing. They say it marches on, but what if you're not ready to march with it? What then of those that manage to travel in the other direction? Once upon a time, there was a girl who figured out how to walk outside of time. And with great determination and courage, she took that step, because in doing so, she might just have a shot at saving the world. Then with the help of some new friends, and a little luck, the girl saved the world, but lost to time. But somewhere out there, beyond time, a mother waits for a daughter to return. And though her days had been filled with grief and regret, somehow, today she felt something different. She felt calm as the ominous colors that once rippled across the horizon began to fade with the rising sun. And then she felt memories coming to her that seemed long forgotten. Memories of her mother telling her she was proud of her no matter what, telling her stories of Gigi and of the sacrifice she made. And most clearly, a warm memory of them all together, and the love that they felt then. Because love is a funny thing. Once you feel it, you always have it. It transcends everything, even time. I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of smiling. So she was lost to time. There was no way back. It's what I thought. Everything that happened, but she wasn't a part of it. It was basically one big time loop. At least for her. I cannot say enough, for one, how much I love time travel stories, and this was done very well. But also, holy shit, what a fantastic game. Just genuinely, like, there have been so many good games that have come out this year, and I wish they weren't all competing with each other, because I want to give this game so much praise. Genuinely amazing game. Like, I loved it from start to finish. It was everything I hoped for with a sequel of Slime Rancher. It's all I wanted. It was great. The story had me hooked from start to finish. I loved getting to know more about what happened after the first game, it tying everything together, learning more about the ruins and the civilization beforehand. They did it wonderfully. I'm very, very, very happy with this. It ended in a way that I wasn't expecting, but it was still very pretty. I love that Thora and Hobson understood. That's probably the coolest part, is Thora and Hobson understood. They knew who Gigi was. She told them, and they understood, and that's really cool. I think that's probably, like, to ever do a character coming from the future to the past, that's such a good way to do it. Oh my god. Someday, somehow, we will see you again. Oh my god. Dude, and it's the two different dialogues. There's still a lot more game to be gamed. I gotta now get everything else. I'm just gonna, like, go through and buy everything. I'm running out of money. Okay. I'm out of money now. This fills out some more of the slots of all this. As you can see, like, it's a lot more filled out now. Like, I needed to buy all that. Oh, I knew you guys would start breaking out. There we go. I had to get that achievement. Now you're thinking with portals. Fire a plort through a linked cannon into a plort market. That's all I needed to build these for. Alright. I still need to find a whole bunch of these. I need to get perfect snowflakes. Need to get some more buzzwax. I need to get a whole bunch more strange diamonds. Some gold plorts. Hyperplorts. Okay, we got a lot of things that we need to do here. I wonder how it feels to be the chickens getting fired off into the slime pen. Honestly. Okay, I need at least 30. Wait, no! No, I'm gonna have to get these. These are just paint jobs, but these aren't. These are actual unlocks. Okay, what's that? 135 of these in total. Multiply that by 10. Fuck. I hope you do not mind, chat. I will be looking at a map a lot for this section. Just to be sure. It would take me actually way too long to try to find this myself. Okay, I do have this one. I saw that ore vein spawn in. I don't know if you saw that too, chat. Oh, that's a strange diamond right there. There, I now have round bumper. Okay, now I'm just missing one. There. Dude, I'm sorry, but like, the clouds are so thick. You just... Dude, I don't even think someone without allergies could live here. Like, these pollen clouds are so thick. Okay, there's a whole 10 here I haven't found. A hanging lantern that is in the shape of a beach ball, yet it is not a beach ball, but instead a hanging lantern. So clever of this beach ball. I mean, hanging lantern. I missed a power upgrade here. Damn. That only leaves one remaining. All right. That is this area completed. Oh, there we go. I know I had all the pogo fruit here to hit it, but in the moment, that was panic. Here we go, this should be another power chip. Awesome. There, snow's bunch. Alright. Alright, and I should be able to feed you. Never fucking mind. Gluttonous beast you are. Alright, that is every single, treasure pod obtained from every place. That took 2 hours and 17 minutes. And I'm not done with random collectibles. They're just even harder to obtain now because they're all in the Gray Labyrinth, and the Gray Labyrinth requires shadow plorts to open because adding out game time, I swear to you, that has to be why they did that. There is an achievement that I'm gonna be trying to get to. It's holding all of the super rare items at once. Strange Diamond, Sunsap, Royal Gel, and Lightning Moat. I still have yet to actually have a Lightning Moat. Don't know how to get it. So, like, I saw Hyper Slimes, right? And I just looked at them, and I said, yeah, no, these aren't even becoming a Largo. Fuck that shit. They are staying, just a normal slime. I am not fusing them with something that looks like an actual nightmare. Fucking Hyper Slime Saber true combo of a Largo right there actually cannot be contained. Yeah, no, these guys are staying. These guys are staying. They've already escaped just by themselves. I do. I already have the Shadow Sure Shot, yeah. Yeah, you know what I've noticed, actually, in my time messing with it so far? What actually works really well is if you find a group specifically in a cave or like an enclosed area, just start shooting the ground as well as shoot them. If it's just resting on the ground, it still counts as a touch when they're like running away. So I found just like covering the floor actually was pretty efficient. I do really like the upgrades they've done to the drones in the second game. Compared to the first, it's night and day. I just wish they could take more than a single command. For how expensive they are, I really wish they could take more than a single command. Usually makes sense that devs went with a limit of 2 types for any Largo. I mean, yeah, anymore and it just gets too chaotic. Yeah, there are a lot of mixed versions. And they had to design every single one. It's also why, like, they don't add too many new slimes that can fuse with each other. Like, whenever they add them, it's like one at a time, right? Because you have to go through and make a fusion of that slime with every other slime that can fuse with it. Basically, the job just gets exponentially harder. I can imagine it's fun, though. Little insider's info for you all. Whenever you hear the country accent, it means I'm not all there. Y'all don't get it. When you grow up in ghetto schools, oh, you hear country accents all the time. God, you know, I never watched Walking Dead. Too much for me. I'm too much of a wimp. I like my movies, I like my movies PG-13. Dude, this is where we're so different, Abby, because, like, you had Walking Dead on, I had Spy Kids 3 on repeat. I can still hear... Did somebody ring the dingster? Oh, making me dizzy with that laugh. What the fuck? You get... Yo, I'm robbing this place. Dude, who knew slimes knew how to rave? I know I didn't. Remember the bit with that one guy called Guy and he fucking dies 5 seconds after meeting him? Dude, Slime Rancher. Spy Kids... Honestly, I was so happy getting Abby to watch it for the first time. Dude, Abby, if you could rate Spy Kids, what would you rate it? Cause like, I don't know about you, but I think Spy Kids like a 10 out of 10 would watch again. Hey, there is a 4th, but sadly it's a reboot. So like the 4th one, I thought it was okay, but it's very mixed. Yeah, the guy just hitting the brains away after he was like working on them for ages. Like, that was literally his project and everything, and that was the project he had been working on for ages. It slaps them out of the way at the camera for that awesome 3D effect that you all know and love. The movies really did go from interesting and complicated plot. Who did someone ring the dingster? Like, I think the first movie still stands up. I think it still stands on its own pretty well. The second and third ones, however, I don't care how many brownie points the dingster gets you, he can't save the fact that the movie was a fucking mess. Lightning mode. I got a lightning mode. I wasn't even there and I got a lightning mode. Lightning by proxy. Thank you, Explorer drones. Storage cell! World's most expensive storage cell acquired. Okay, time to rotate back into Terrarium to try to get some more Shadow Plorts. Whee! I like Slime Rancher in essence, but in practice, whenever I play it, I'm like, I must clean the floor of everything or I will go insane. See, that's not me, but for like this part of Slime Rancher specifically, it's like, I have to shoot shit at slimes, and then vacuum the floor, and then... So, like, taking care of toddlers. Yes! That are actively avoiding you! All of that for a magma fountain. Tridro turret! Yo, final heart cell. I just watched that Orve despawn in front of my eyes. Aqua glass, magma combs. I need to buy 2 regen module. Oh god. I'm actually gonna take this chance before I even do anything else to get a cheeky achievement. I need to get struck by lightning. Yes, that is an achievement. Oh, you just get... Of course. Because when Beatrix gets struck by lightning, she just parries it and supercharges her fucking pack. Dude, Beatrix does not give a fuck about the dangers of nature. So that's what generates lightning motes. I have to be standing in it? Huh. Ranking slimes by edibility. Golden slime. S tier. The forbidden fruit. Cook over a fire slime? No, you're so real for that, actually. You think tar slimes are like tars are just like junk food? Like they're just the super sweaty shit? Oh boy, a young cedar oak. So this gate, right? I have yet to be able to figure out how to get to the other side. I am very tempted to try my hand at just getting over it. I feel like it's possible. Yeah, let's fucking go. I'm stuck? Not if I just exit out the other way, too. It actually looks easier to boundary break on this side than the other. There is something that you will learn being in a stream with someone like me. If there is a way to do it the hard way, I will do it that way. Even if there is an easy solution. And, like, something that's just staring me in the face. But like I said, it is so much easier to get back over here on that side than it is to get over this on this side. Oh, hey! This is the type of content you will get by watching me. It does not matter the game. This will happen again. Yo, you're lucky I'm not spiteful, though. I could have seen that switch and opted not to touch it. Yeah, speaking my mind, actually, I was kind of confused by that. Like, 4 unique slimes, one of which you can't even capture and is required for everything, and then the other one is even more annoying. Like, both of these are just a pain in the ass. I don't really know what their goal was with that. My biggest complaint, though, is why they had to make this area specifically, like, just this area, super grindy. No other place is as grindy as this. It feels like it's trying to pad out hours. Because I had, like, no problem with any other zone in this game, but you spend so much time here. I like the area. It's cool. It's really unique. It gives us insight on the ancients that lived here beforehand. The Prisma Core is awesome. I loved the story. The story was still peak. Like, I just love it. I adore it. I think they did an amazing job with it. I don't know. This bit of the endgame grind is just bleh. Well, that's 10 Shadow Fort Collectors. That's Turn the Dial achievement. Okay, that's another sword, so... One over. All of that for an aquarium, huh? You know, if... here's one thing I've always just had a question on. If slimes are afraid of tar, why do they continuously eat each other's shit and turn into them? Wouldn't they be eventually intelligent enough to know if they're intelligent enough to react? Nature don't. Gold twisted tree. Oh wow, you actually get that as decoration? That's pretty cool. Wait. Achievement complete the Slimepedia. Really? You don't need to care about the decorations and shit? Because I was originally thinking that you would have to get all of the recipes unlocked and shit like that. Like, every single one of the recipes for all the different grayed out ones. And so many of these were, like, you needed night coins for and shit. I still think I should try. At the very least, I should try to get everything I'm missing. Because I'm missing so little. Oh, there's the other regen module. Okay. Angler fountain. Okay, so now if I just boop, boop, boop. There we go. All that glitters. Basically, what we have left on the list is finishing the upgrades, so getting all of these maxed out, and then once these are maxed out, making sure I have all the utilities and all of the things discovered, and then it's just getting the last few shadow vaults open, and also affording the night market shit. I still need to get some night market stuff. The chickens exploded out of their pens. There's going to be a good bit of this, like, last hurdle, by the way, that's just going to be, like, resting, managing the tycoon, resting, repeat. Here we go, that is heart module 4. I also need to, like, actually keep my eyes peeled for gold slimes. I need at least 2. I need the gold slimes to show up to be able to get the upgrade. I gotta be on the hunt. I'm gonna be watching it like a hawk, and then I'm gonna forget about it. And the moment I forget about it is when a gold's gonna spawn, and it's gonna despawn before I can even react. There we go. Final power chip acquired. And I can just make that. That's awesome. Here we go. Fuck! Dude! What am I even supposed to do about that? God damn it! Dude, I whipped around and everything, and it still was gone before I could actually manage. Oh! There we go. 31k. That is not bad. Means I can at least get this tank booster again and see what I need for the final. Need this. I think for the sake of my sanity and how this would actually take so much more time, I'm not gonna worry about these. I'm not gonna worry about these. This is 75, 85, 90, 100. That is 1,000 more phosphor plorts. I don't think I have that in me. That is a ridiculous grind. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. You ain't gonna catch me doing that. It is not worth getting every recipe. It just isn't. Not when they're that expensive. Alright. That leaves tank booster, golden sure shot, 2 more drones. Or no, I only need 1. I only need 1 more drone, sorry. 1 more drone. Tar in a tornado. Score of 120 on Slimeball Goal Gadget within 1 minute, which is something. And make 3 purchases on the night market, because apparently the upgrades don't count. There we go, make 3 purchases on the night market. Okay, that's that. Utilities. Run. Craft 5 quantum drones. I only have tar and a tornado, and a score of 120 on slime ball gold gadget within 1 minute. We'll figure that out. In terms of in-game things that I need to get, I need 3 gold plorts, 56,000 new bucks, 28 aqua glass, 27 perfect snowflakes, and 3 items in the decorations page that have not at least been seen. Please, gold slime. Please spawn in, I need you. Just one. In a position where I can actually, like, hit you before you go dashing away. Chad, place your bets. How long do you think I'm gonna take to get, gold slime, gold plorts? I'd be happy with 2 hours, considering it could have been a lot worse. It feels a lot rarer. It does feel like they reduced the spawn chance for it, I won't lie. There's also no, like, gold slime haven room, like there was in the first game. I have to rely entirely on luck. I can't go there. Ah! Oh, we're winning! We're winning! We're winning! It did not take 2 hours at all! It was just sitting there. I'm so glad it didn't see me, or I would have been upset. Now I just need more aqua glass. Okay, well the RNG checks aren't done yet, because the next one I need to get is a tornado. There we go. Golden sure shot. Now it is just you. Okay, this is a first. I don't think I've seen this before. What kind of god tier RNG does... Oh, wow. Alright. Yes! It just ticked up to 3. Let's fucking go. Okay, okay. I just need a tar. Oh, that pisses me off. You. That. You. Okay, shoot a tar in a tornado. I got the achievement. Whatever. We're moving on. That didn't work, but I got the achievement, and that's all that matters. I expected it to, like, pick up the tar and have it start spinning around. No, it just went through it. That's the last of the farming done. Let me go ahead and buy the upgrade. Now I can hold up to 100 things in my tank, which is the highest it's ever been. It's kind of impressive, actually. I need to make a slime ball goal. And why I need to make this is there is a specific achievement. The last one I don't have. I don't know how the game works as well. So, like... And that's it. There we go. That is the decorations list as complete as I'm getting it. I know it looks like there's not that many left, but this not that many left would actually take another 6 hours. I now understand. I now understand what they meant by getting 120 in under a minute. This is, You know what? I'm gonna just let them free roam here real quick. An easy way to cheese it? How do you cheese it? I'm genuinely curious. Is any of the caves in place a deco behind? Oh my god, why is that so big? Ah! I see. Alright, yeah, that's it. There's the achievement, just popped up for me. Amazing. Well, that's everything done. That's 100%. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for chilling, as always. This was an experience. This took quite a while. But it was fun. I'd say the worst part was the phosphor and shadow grind, to be honest. But even that was manageable after a little while. You all take care now. Bye.